Can you tell me about yourself?
Sure. I have over 3 years of experience in sales, working primarily in the FMCG and tech sectors. I have a strong track record of meeting and exceeding targets, building lasting client relationships, and identifying customer needs to offer the best solutions. I'm passionate about sales and enjoy the challenge of closing deals and growing accounts.
Why do you want to work as a sales executive for our company?
I admire your company's reputation for innovation and customer centric approach. I believe my sales skills, combined with my ability to understand customer needs and market trends, align well with your goals. I'm excited about the opportunity to contribute to your growth while also developing my career.
How do you handle rejection?
Rejection is part of the sales process. I don't take it personally. Instead, I try to understand the reason behind the rejection, learn from it, and refine my approach. Persistence, patience, and constant learning help me turn many initial no's into eventual yes.
Describe a time you successfully closed a difficult deal.
At my previous job, a potential client was hesitant to switch from their current supplier. I took the time to understand their pain points and tailored a proposal that addressed each one. After several follow-ups and a product demo, they decided to sign a 1-year contract. That client became one of our top accounts.
What sales techniques do you use to identify customer needs?
I rely heavily on active listening and asking open-ended questions. I try to understand the customer's pain points, goals, and budget before offering a solution. I also used a spin selling and consultative selling methods to ensure I recommend the right product or service.
How do you stay motivated during slow sales periods?
I focus on the long term. During slow periods, I concentrate on building relationships, networking, and improving my skills. I set small daily goals to keep momentum going and remind myself that consistent effort eventually pays off.
How do you handle objections from potential customers?
I listen carefully to the objection and ask clarifying questions to understand the concern. I then address the objection with facts, testimonials, or solutions that directly tackle the issue. It's all about building trust and showing how the product or service adds value.
What CRM tools or sales software have you used?
I have experience using Salesforce, HubSpot, and Zoho CRM. I use these tools to track leads, schedule follow-ups, and analyze customer behavior. These platforms help me stay organized and ensure I never miss an opportunity.
What are your sales goals for the next year?
My goal is to exceed my sales targets by at least 20%, expand my client base, and improve my upselling skills. I also aim to deepen my industry knowledge and potentially take on a leadership role within the sales team.
How do you prioritize your sales activities?
I prioritize based on the potential value of the deal and the stage of the sales funnel. I focus on hot leads and follow up with prospects who are closer to conversion while also allocating time for prospecting new leads. I use a CRM to set reminders, track communications, and ensure timely follow-ups.
What strategies do you use to generate new leads?
I use a combination of inbound and outbound strategies, cold calling, email campaigns, attending networking events, and leveraging LinkedIn for B2B sales. I also ask satisfied clients for referrals and regularly follow up on dormant leads in the pipeline.
How do you deal with a difficult or angry customer?
I stay calm and listen carefully to understand their issue. I empathize and assure them that I'll work on a solution. I then take action quickly and keep them informed throughout the process. My goal is always to turn a negative experience into a positive one.
What do you consider the most important qualities of a successful salesperson?
Persistence, empathy, and excellent communication skills are key. A successful salesperson must also be goal-driven, a good listener, and quick to adapt to changing customer needs or market trends.
Describe your experience with meeting sales targets.
In my previous role, I consistently met and exceeded my targets. For example, in Q3 of last year, I achieved 130% of my target by focusing on high-value clients and increasing upsell opportunities. I set weekly benchmarks to stay on track and adjust my strategy based on performance analytics.
What's your approach to negotiating a deal?
I start by understanding the client's priorities and constraints. I present options that add value without compromising too much on price. I remain confident, flexible, and focus on building a win-win situation. I always aim to close the deal while maintaining profitability and long-term relationships.
How do you handle long sales cycles?
I break the cycle into manageable steps and set mini goals for each phase, such as securing a meeting, scheduling a demo, or getting buy-in from decision makers. I maintain regular contact and offer value at each touchpoint to keep the prospect engaged.
Tell me about a time you failed to close a sale. What did you learn?
I once lost a deal because I didn't fully identify all the decision makers involved. Since then, I always ensure I know who the stakeholders are early in the process. I also follow a structured discovery phase to avoid surprises later in the sales cycle.
What is your greatest strength as a sales executive?
My greatest strength is my ability to build trust quickly. Clients feel heard and understood, which makes it easier to present tailored solutions. This has helped me close deals faster and build long-term client relationships.